a simple story, but a bit complicated. My first boat was called the Healer, which is named after a John Lee Hooker song. John Lee Hooker was an American blues musician who's since died. So when I got this one, I wanted to call it another John Lee Hooker themed name, and I went through all of the song titles that he'd recorded, and there was this one that stood out, Mr. Lucky. And I agonised a bit over, should a boat be called a female name or should it not? And there doesn't seem to be a lot of rigour to that now. You've got boats like Comanche and others which have got masculine names, and I know in France all boats are men, they're male, not female. So I thought, Mr. Lucky might be okay. And I was telling my son, who's a graphic designer, that I want to call it Mr. Lucky. Can you think of a logo or something? And he said, what I think you should have is a mermaid holding a horseshoe done in Sailor Jerry tattoo style. And Sailor Jerry was a Hawaiian-based tattoo artist that did a lot of work in the Second World War and in the 50s with the American sailors, and all of the famous heart tattoos that you'll see in comic books and on people's arms, I guess, from that era were inspired by or done by Sailor Jerry, who's now got a rum named after him, of course. So he found a tattoo artist in Brisbane who was recommended to me, and I said, we want a mermaid holding a horseshoe done in Sailor Jerry style. And he said, I know exactly what you want. And he came up with that on a little painting this by this, and we had it sent to Melbourne to get scanned and enlarged, and then a graphics company in the UK did it. And it's come up really well, and it's stuck on, hasn't fallen off, and it becomes the t-shirt and the name patch at the back and all that sort of thing. Yeah,
so did you end up with a tattoo?
I haven't got one. No, the boat's got the picture.